Well, hey everyone, how's it going? Good morning. Today is May the 15th. It is a Thursday. It is my Friday at work. So I have one more night to work and then I get 7 days off. And I slept all night last night, which is a crazy thing that occasionally will happen where I do not have to even run a call in the night. And yeah, this job would be amazing if I got a couple of those a week mixed in with the crazy nights, but since it is so rare that I don't know, it just makes this job can be hard. So one more night, bring it on. I'm ready for my 7 days off, and then that means I only have to work one more 7-day rotation on, and then I do not ever have to do call again as a hospice on-call nurse. So I'm excited for the change. I'm nervous for the change. It means I'm going to be working 4 days a week every day. So that means my reselling business will have to adjust to kind of some changes in my life. I've already been thinking, because like Mondays are kind of my days to go to Goodwill, and it's the 75% off day. And so I've already been kind of bummed that that will be the end of that. So I'll just have to adjust it somehow. Maybe I can still go Monday nights and just see what I can find. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right. Yesterday was Wednesday, and I only have 2 items to show you from yesterday. I did get a sale early this morning, so I have 3 items going out to show you today. I've been in talks with a girl on Facebook. She wants something shipped to her, but it doesn't offer the buy it now button. I've told her I think she has to update her app when that happens, because it does happen occasionally. I rarely take Venmo for people to where I have to ship, because I just want to be covered in case they come back and say I didn't ship it. And I don't, if you do that to where Facebook doesn't get their fee and Facebook finds out about it, they can actually shut down your selling account. So, which I know it doesn't really make sense, because you can meet people locally and Facebook doesn't get a selling fee on that. So I realize that doesn't make sense, but it can happen. So I usually try to be very you have to purchase it through Facebook. And I don't want to just give my Venmo out to anybody, but anyway, so she has given me her address, but hasn't paid yet. And I just told her, I will ship it as soon as it's paid. So, all right. So the sale this morning, I actually was thinking about taking these to the flea market booth. So I have 2 flea market booths, and they are right next to each other. I have one that's like a vintage antiques, and then the next one is kind of like the more modern stuff, more modern junk things, I don't know, just an old flower pot that I feel like is gonna sell. Maybe not an old one, a modern one. I take there, I put it in that booth. So really, I just look at the item. If it's vintage, if it's 20 plus years, I put it in my one flea market booth. If it's a current piece of something, I put it in my other one. So it is down on a lake town, and it's where I used to live. I used to live on Table Rock Lake. About a year, it's almost a year. Can you guys believe that? Those of you that have been following this page for the last 11 months, you actually saw my move. I was trying to be as consistent as I could. I think I missed like a month of videoing just because it was just so crazy between working and moving and packing and selling a house and buying a house, and you know how that is. But anyway, I got these at my local pallet place, and I'm pretty sure I got them on Dollar Day. And there's a whole pack of them in here. This one actually doesn't have this one doesn't have a package on it, but there's a whole pack. I'm pretty sure I got these on Dollar Day at the Pallet Place, and I sold them. The title is Mutter 8-piece boat dock lure bait, deep drop, waterproof LED fishing lights. So I'm pretty sure there's a hole at the top. You drop them to kind of draw in the fish, like the crappie, and then you can fish. And you're drawing the fish in so you can catch. So anyway, I sold this for $25. There's a whole set in there with he did use a 10% off coupon because I have a coupon in my store. So my net profit is $18.16. So these did sit in my store for a while. I actually reduced the price, and I am just reusing an Amazon box and shipping them out in it. So I'm really happy because I almost put these in my flea market booth, since my flea market booth is on the lake. The owner of the flea market store, she's amazing. She actually has a couple of the flea market booths at the front. They are kind of random, like all of the vendors can like add stuff to it. And there's a fishing one, since it is on the lake, she has a fishing one. So if you have like old rods, reels, things like that, that will kind of go with that booth, she lets you just put stuff in it. So I almost took those down there, but I'm glad I didn't, because they did sell and my profit was pretty good, $18. So okay, this is a long tail item that I am so glad sold. I've talked about Lori Goldstein with you. So this is Logo by Lori Goldstein. This is a size 1X, and it is a cute, like asymmetrical tunic. It has just sat in my store though. Logo by Lori Goldstein. It does have a following, but it just seems like it's kind of going down because the piece is just set. I've had luck with like pairing them up and selling like several of them together, but yeah, I'm ready to see this go. It was a nice surprise. So it sold for $14.99. They used the 10% off coupon, so they saved $1.50. I do not have a cost of goods. I didn't look it up. I purchased this last year, and my net profit is $9.61, which is usually where I kind of end up. Since I do sell bread and butter items, my normal profit is anywhere from $8 to $15. So when I make, 15 plus, it's a good sell for me, and I'm very happy. I'm waiting for a response from someone. So I have these 3 little Nicodemus pottery pieces I actually found at one of my favorite stores called Bag of Bargain, where you can add anything to a Walmart size bag for $10 for the bag. And these little pieces are like mini pottery pieces. They look similar to like Francoma, like that look, the brown with the like ombre colors, So anyway, I didn't know what they were. I just knew it looked vintage. It looked like quality pottery pieces, and they were little animals. So I picked them up and then found out it is a very sought after vintage line of pottery. People collect those pieces. And so I have 1 duck and 2 like rabbits, and the rabbits are little tiny mini vases, or like you could use it as a toothpick holder or something like that. So I lotted all 3 of them together, thinking like one buyer would like want all 3. And then I listed it high, like $325 for the 3 of them. And it sat over the winter. I had a lot of watchers, a lot of views, but it just sat because, that's quite a bit of money for someone to just, buy 3 little mini pottery pieces. So recently I decided let's separate them, because it'd be much easier for someone to seek out a piece and then buy it for $100 versus, the 3. So the rabbit pieces are very rare. There was actually none sold, none listed. But the other Nicodemus pieces, they really sell for around, like, comps were anywhere from $60 up to $120 for like the pieces that size. So I listed the rabbits for $99 a piece. I think I listed the duck for $75 maybe, just because it's less rare. And I got a question about one of the rabbits this morning. There's a line in it, and they were concerned it was like a crack in the glaze or a crack. And so I responded back that no, the glaze is intact. It actually looks like when they were painting, somehow a line got in the paint and then they just glazed over it. So I sent them more pictures of it so they could see, and I crossed my fingers. That would be amazing if I got an offer on that. Because at this time, I got it probably 6 months ago, maybe even longer, 8 months ago maybe. And so taking an offer on it would be great. I have like cents into those things. And so it was a great find. I have things like that in my store. You guys just don't hardly see them because, you know, higher end pieces, sometimes they can just sit for a while. It takes like the right buyer to come along. So especially I feel like with like vintage collection pieces. So, okay, enough about that. This is going out in a 10 by 13. It is the tunic. And like I said, my net profit is $9.61. This was a Facebook sale and I am so happy. I feel like I talk about Facebook with you guys a lot, actually. I know some resellers are they are hard pressed. They are not going to post on Facebook anymore. Because you do get a lot of like, is this available? Is this available? It doesn't really bug me just to say, yes, are you interested, you know? Yes, I do get stood up by local people. But for the most part, if someone's just going to come along and buy something to ship it, they don't yank your chain a lot. They just, like yesterday, all of a sudden notification, I sold this item. This is an amazing, I was like, I wish this was my size, but this is a vintage Cabin Creek. It is the size medium. It is a denim vest. It is amazing. And so what happened is someone bought this and then they had an embroidery machine and they put on little quotes with flowers. So each flower has a quote on it. Like the gardenia, trust your truer voice, live with passion. That's the gardenia. Sunflower, let the sun shine through, your path is bright. So, very cute piece. I probably posted it high just because of the time someone put into this with their embroidery machine. But it's so cute. It's a one-of-a-kind piece. You're not going to find this anywhere else. So I did post it higher. I did bring down the price when I relisted it. I got this January, let me look. January the 10th. I got it for $4.74. I found it at the Goodwill, the regular Goodwill. So sold it for $28 finally, and this sold yesterday. My net profit is $19.09. So perfect, perfect net profit. I'm so happy. So even though there was only, you know, 2 sales yesterday and 1 today, I do feel like I got a lot of traffic. Every time I signed into eBay, I had, you know, watchers on my items that I was sending offers to. That's like the Mutter light pieces. It was an offer I had sent and they accepted. So I'm really happy about that. This is going out in a 10 by 13. And hopefully that other Facebook one will go through, because that'll be 3 Facebook sales this week. Tomorrow when I get off, I'm heading back home to Kansas to see my mama, because I did not see my mom for Mother's Day. My niece actually graduates grade school. So back where I'm from in Kansas, we go through kindergarten through 8th grade in one building. So it's just a small little farm town, and Usually the classes are around 20 kids, maybe a little bit less, maybe a couple more, just depends on the year. But my niece is graduating, and then she is going to go to high school next year, which is in another town away. So there's five schools in the district, and then they are all K through 8th grade. And then whenever those 8th graders graduate, they all go to the centralized high school. And so that is where I came from. And so she's graduating on Monday, actually. So I'm going to have a longer weekend with my mom and dad. I'm leaving tomorrow evening. I've got, I want to do my shipping tomorrow. I want to do my video. I need to water my plant to make sure my chickens are good. And a little, she's not little, but a college girl in my neighborhood is actually going to check in on my chickens on the weekend, let them in and out of their coop and just kind of check in on them. So that worked out. But anyway, lots to do. I've got to get an oil change tomorrow because I don't want to get on the road with, I'm a little bit over on my oil change. So anyway, lots to get done. But let's do this. It's my last night at work. I'm so happy that it's my last night at work. So have a blessed day. You guys are almost there. If you're not, 8 to 5ers, 9 to 5ers through the week, you are almost there. Hang in there. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow.